Hello everyone. Today I am going to demonstrate to you the phenomena of total internal reflection. This phenomena was first observed by Johannes Kepler in 1611. Total internal reflection occurs under two conditions. For this, the ray of light must travel from denser medium to rarer medium, and the angle of incidence in the denser medium should be greater than the critical angle so that the for the given pair of media, so that the total internal reflection will occur. Let us now look at the diagram to understand how total internal reflection takes place. Okay, so first we will try to understand the diagram. So here I have shown the boundary, this x and y. This horizontal line represents the boundary which is separating two media. One is denser medium and the other one is rarer medium. And I have shown a few rays which are incident at different angles on the boundary. So O is the object from which the rays are going to start. So let us look at the first ray. This is a normal incidence. So this ray goes undeviated. Now if you will look at some other angle I1 and let us consider this OB as the ray which is incident. Now as the ray is going from denser medium to rarer medium, so it will bend away from the normal. So this is the direction in which the ray has traveled. Now if I will go on increasing this angle of incidence, so let us say that another ray which I am showing you, that is OC, that is having angle of incidence as I2. So for this ray, the ray after refraction, it will bend more. Now consider next ray which is OD, that is the ray which is incident on the boundary. Now here what is happening is that as the angle of refraction is increasing, here you can find that this is the, so this is the angle of refraction R. So in every case you will find that the angle of refraction that goes on increasing and the ray is more bending towards the boundary of the surface. Now let us consider another ray, that is OD, which is incident at some angle. Now for this ray what is happening is that the refracted ray that travels along the boundary. So here you can observe that the angle of refraction becomes 90 degree, that is the angle R here, and so this particular angle is called as the critical angle, which is denoted by IC. Now if I will still further go on increasing the angle of incidence, that is angle I, which is greater than the critical angle, for this the what will happen is that when the ray is incident at the boundary, the ray will undergo total internal reflection. This ray will be traveling again back in the same medium. So the we can say that ray OE has traveled back again in the same medium, and this represents the total internal reflection. So here as we have stated that the ray, this will occur when the ray is going from denser medium to rarer medium, and another very important condition is that the angle of incidence that must be greater than your critical angle, and then only the ray will be totally internally reflected. So now we will look at the demonstration. So this is the apparatus that I am going to use for this particular demonstration. So I have a glass which is filled with water, and on the surface of the water I have sprinkled some talcum powder. Then I have the laser pointer, and I will be using this acrylic slab. So I will be showing you two parts. One, the total internal reflection through the glass, and the other one through this acrylic surface. Now I am showing you the ray of light which is incident normally. So at normal incidence, you can observe that it goes undeviated. Now I am changing the angle of incidence, and as the angle of incidence is changed, the ray at this particular angle, the angle of incidence becomes greater than critical angle. So the ray is totally internally reflected. You can see in the water the incident and the reflected ray also. So this is called as total internal reflection. You can view from the top of the glass that only one spot you can observe here. The ray is, this is your normal, this is your at critical angle, the ray will travel along the surface, and from here you can observe that the ray is reflected inside the medium, same medium again. Now I am showing you the acrylic slab through which the ray of light is totally internally reflected. So I can show here that I am changing the angle of incidence, and if this angle is greater than your critical angle, then the ray gets totally internally reflected. So you have seen the photos also of normal incidence and total internal reflection. So there are many applications of this phenomena, like in case of periscope, total internal reflection is used. Then sparkling of diamonds is due to total internal reflection. Then in case of optical fibers also, total internal reflection is used, and in case of mirage also. So do read about these particular applications of total internal reflection. Thanks for watching.